Hey guys, Dan for World of Mr. Grey, and I'm back with a video finally, after I think about a 2-week break. I didn't think it was appropriate at the time, because all stuff was going on and I just wasn't finding things funny. So I thought I'd come back with a nice easy video. Probably a long video as well, because I'm going to be answering as many comments as I can, good or bad, and from the last week or so. So this will probably be me droning on for the next 40 odd minutes, maybe half hour, I don't know, however long I get it down to. But anyway, hope you've all been good, by the way. I have been reading the comments, but I haven't been on the platform at all. I've gone sort of like internet silent for a bit. Anyway, is in no particular order. Well, they're from when I copy and pasted them. But the first comment is from Nobody, or Nobody, I never know how to pronounce this name. By the end of the lockdown, Dan may believe the paranormal. There's a lot of shit that's been going down in 2020. I wouldn't rule it out, the amount of stuff which has happened. I'm not ruling out an alien invasion. I'm not ruling out demons taking over the world. I'm not ruling out anything in 2020. At the end of 2020, I'm not going to even count 2020 as a year. Next year is still 2020, so I won't have to be older. Next comment, Romans 14:11 says, "I'm so tired of hoaxes and elaborate explanations of their debunkers. Straight to the point, easy to understand. That's why I love this channel. I'm so glad you don't make some fancy show for entertainment out of your presentations. The simple truth captivates my attention enough. Much appreciated." I appreciate the comment. I tried to, well, you know me, I do talk too much sometimes, and I have gone into an elaborate explanation of a few things in the few past videos. Like, for example, I got a few comments saying I droned on for 9 minutes to say that one ghost was from a movie. So it does happen. But that's only sometimes, because when I think of something, it'll remind me of something else, then it'll remind me of something else, and I don't know when to stop. That's it, but yeah, I appreciate it. Willie West says, and he's talking about the Mellow Bird, the most recent Mellow Bird video I done, the most recent video I did. "Why the hell would a ghost be pulling a bathroom mat?" Exactly! This is exactly the stuff I always try to ask myself or ask other people when they say, well, there was a screwdriver in my bedroom and it moved 1 inch to the right when I wasn't looking one day, and I came back a few days later and it was 1 inch to the left. Now, if you were a ghost, okay, this is my thing. Would you, A, try and, I don't know, for whatever reason, try and communicate with the living or something, or try and help people, or B, would you move bathroom mats? You go around moving the most mundane objects you can find out of the way, and you got some people say, well, it's because they have to muster up the power to communicate properly. Well, stop wasting your time moving bathroom mats, or little screwdrivers, or little things in the background, and save that power up. And another thing. This is great. See, I'm going on one now, right? This is what always bugs me of when people say, well, they're just mustering up the power. How do you know? How do you know that's what they're doing? Who decided that's how things work? Who decided this? Nobody decided that. Some medium a couple of years back suddenly said they muster enough power to move that bathroom mat. This is the kind of stuff which always bugs me in these videos, where you'll see the most mundane thing, most simplest, stupidest thing move in the background, and you're like, why are they moving that? Why are they moving that cup? And you could say, as to let people know they're there. Do something else then. Do something else. Talk to them. Talk to the living. If there's any ghosts listening. Talk to the living. Make yourself known in other ways than moving cups or books or something, anything. It always bugs me. Jason Brunet, I don't have anything to add. I'm just hoping to hear you say my name out loud someday. Jason Brunet. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm sure it's not brunette. I'm sure it's Brunet. Jason Brunet! Teresa Shamrock says, Huff Paranormal made a defensive video pertaining to being called out in contacting Robin Williams. It sounded like it was in defense of this video. His not so humble side came out. I think he's a money-hungry scam artist. If you look at his Patreon page, he charges outrageous fees. His Patreon page, I can't read today. His Patreon page reminds me of a crooked psychic reader. I agree. And this is going on to the next comment as well from AF Universe Cat. I like the ghost. This is talking about Huff Paranormal again in the video I made. I like that the ghost answered Bruce Banner for fuck's sake, I can't bloody read. I like that the ghost answered Bruce Banner to an unrelated question. It shows how much this guy wanted to work and put the closest word possible to both nonsense EVP stuff and what someone would answer, even if it makes so little sense. He's talking about, he or she, I do apologise, but they're talking about, in the video I did of Huff Paranormal, and I didn't mention this in the video because I forgot. And then a viewer by the name, if I remember correctly, Cerulean, pointed out that he would, in the video I should say, in the video he was trying to contact Stan Lee. Now there's various things I pointed out that it was total utter bollocks, but I forgot in the video when I did it, and it was just pointing out, like I said by the viewer Cerulean afterwards, that when he's talking to Stan Lee, he asks, is Bill Bixby there? Now Bill Bixby, he played the Incredible Hulk David Banner in the late 70s, early 80s TV show. Used to scare me, that show did. But yeah, he played David Banner. And through the EVP, when he said, is Bruce Bixby there with you? He put up in text on the video as well, Bruce Banner. Now Bruce Banner was changed, it was changed to David Banner in the show. I can't remember the reasons. But he wasn't called Bruce Banner in the TV show. So that entire, where he says, is Bill Bixby there with you? And the answer comes back, Bruce Banner is utter bollocks, is what it is. And, you know, if you listen to it, it doesn't sound like Bruce Banner anyway, but he puts the text up. Bruce Banner. You know, yeah, I think it's a scam myself. My opinion. That's my opinion. I'm allowed my opinion. But yeah, and yeah, I don't like that channel. Poet of the Broken asks, Sir, where can I send a picture that I would like you to debunk? I had it for a while now. I still could not find an explanation to it. Hoping you could help me with it. I do have an email address, worldofmrgrey@hotmail.com. If you want to send any video suggestions or photographs there, I do look at them, and I plan on getting to them in an upcoming video very soon. But I do look at them, but that's the way you want to go if you want to send me anything like that, is World of Mr. Grey. I still plan on either having a Discord or a Reddit page. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics of it, because what I don't want to happen is if I open up like a Discord or a Reddit, and if like a troll goes on there overnight and I'm in bed or something and they can say all kinds of shit on there. I don't know how it works with modding it. You know, does it automatically mod out certain stuff? I don't know. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. And I will have like a Discord or a Reddit, so we can go back and forth with stuff. You can send me stuff. I think that'll be easier, but I'm just trying to figure out how to stop trolls spamming something like that. That's what I'm trying to figure out at the moment, because it's just me. You know, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, worldofmrgrey@hotmail.com if you want to send me a photo or a video suggestion. Next comment by Julia E. She says, I could spend hours watching all these paranormal ghost videos in hope to see something remotely real. I want to believe, but I'm not yet that gullible. I've only today come across your channel and I think it's great. Been watching your videos all afternoon. Thank you, by the way. I also agree that out of all these videos, 0.1% might be real, but because of all the fakes, it will get labelled as fake too, and we will never know if I see anything for myself. I would question my sanity first and then run. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. I think yours is funny and true. Thank you. And yeah, exactly. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, whether it's my opinion or if it's someone saying I'm full of shit. You're all entitled to your opinion. And I've said this time and time again. Part of the reason why I like doing these videos, because I like doing them anyway, I enjoy pointing stuff out. Stuff I used to do on my own before I even started making these videos. But also as well, I always say I'm not debunking the paranormal. I know it says debunking the paranormal in the title, but it's more the videos that show paranormal stuff. And like I said, like Julia points out here as well, and I've said this before, if there's that little percentage, 1% or 0.1% video which could be true, that will get labelled as bullshit because of the millions upon millions of bullshit fake videos on YouTube, on the internet. You know, so that's why if you see something, not just me but anyone, if you see something which you think is fake, point it out. Absolutely point it out. Question it, always question things. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy making these videos. No, I just saw that there. It's not a ghost like people keep saying. There's cars going outside. That's exactly my thing on it as well. Always point out these videos if you think they're fake, if you think there's a bit of trickery going on, bit of editing, point them out always. Never just flatly believe them, because like I said, that little 1% which might be real is always going to be lumped in with the other millions upon millions of bollocks videos. So yeah, that's it. Good comment, by the way. Paul Brinkerhoff says, some of these vids and still pics are so obviously fake. Some of them I'm just not sure. The psychology vested in believing these vids is deeply profound. The adrenaline that comes with this type of fear can be addicting. It's a very powerful emotion. One feels fascinating nonetheless. Yeah, exactly. I said this time and time again. I'm a big horror fan. I've grown up watching horror films. I've read horror books. I'm a big Stephen King fan. Years ago when these top 10 videos started coming around, the ghost hunting videos, you know, the ghost hunting channels, I loved them. I still enjoy them. I still do enjoy them. I take them with a lot more pinch of salt than I did back then, but the adrenaline of being scared by something it's really good. I used to go on urban exploring stuff. I always went on my own. I always went, I always looked for the darkest, dankest, creepiest tunnels or basements, and I always went in them on my own. Not because I was brave, but because I liked the adrenaline of being scared of the unknown. You know, when you're walking around in the dark, dank tunnel, anything could jump out at you. And I'm not saying ghosts, it could be anything. Could be a homeless guy could jump out on you. Anything can jump out on you in the dark, you know. But it was the adrenaline I used to get from going to these places. The adrenaline and fear of something could be there. But yeah, it's like he says, the psychology vested in believing these vids is deeply profound. What he's basically saying is, it's more exciting to believe the supernatural, I should say, or the unbelievable, than there is to believe that it might just be a bit of trickery, or it might just be a trick of the light. You know, it's much more exciting to believe that stuff than there is to the normal explanation. That's what I think he's getting at. I assume he's getting at. But yeah, I agree. And it is fascinating. But yeah, thank you. Nicole Michlovsky, I hope I pronounced your name right, says, watch the Lamb House footage and then tell me that it's a hoax. Lamb House is Ghost of Carmel, Maine. I've made quite a few videos on Ghost of Carmel, Maine. I still think it's a bollocks. I've pointed out the edits, I've pointed out the cuts, I've pointed out various string pulling things. You know, I can't say much more than that. I said all I can on it, to be honest. You know, believe what you want, it's fine. I'm not telling you to believe anything different, I'm just pointing out stuff. That's all I'm doing. Kayak 1969 says, with clever editing and mobile phone technology and a bit of fishing line, you can, in this day and age, achieve anything from a terrifying ghost to a full-blown alien invasion, down to bloody fairies dancing on your bollocks. My problem is that it potentially destroys any credibility for any paranormal activity that could be out there, and once again, for all the views of monetization and publicity. Great video, subbed and liked. Thank you for the comment, by the way. And again, this is going back to what I keep saying about that 1% video might be real and it lumps into the 99%. And again, And this always blows my mind, and this goes the same for alien footage as well. 10 years ago, or 50, when did YouTube start? Well, in fact, it was videos before YouTube. I remember looking at videos before YouTube. You had to download them. You couldn't stream them. You had to download the file. And they were like, Christ, I can't even remember. They were definitely not HD anyway, put it that way. But even 10 years ago, you had 720p mobile phones or cameras. You know, the high definition cameras have been around for a long time now. Yet you still see grainy footage of, like, say, alien footage or ghost footage. They're still grainy as shit. In fact, this is going back to the Ghost of Carmel main thing. And I remember, I'll have to try and dig the video out somewhere, but I can't remember where I saw it, but it was Kent, the guy who does the Ghost of Carmel, or lives in the house and always puts up the videos. He says that somebody told him, or a paranormal investigator told him, because I think the question was asked to him, why don't you upgrade your camera? Because his cameras are the worst frame rate, the most grainiest pieces of shit I've ever seen. Or I've ever seen in the last 15 years. And I think he gets comments asking him, why don't you invest in a new camera so we can see things better? And his response, I don't know if this was his true response or if he was genuinely told this, his response was, a paranormal investigator said to him that it's better, old tech captures ghosts better. Now, I don't know if he's misinterpreting the fact I used to hear this years ago, and where they say that you can capture an EVP better on actual tape, as in the old cassette tapes, I haven't got any at hand, rather than digital. And they say that this, I don't know, it's better to be imprinted on tape. I don't know where they got that from, but that was their thing. And I don't know if that's where he was interpreting that as Kent from Ghost of Carmel. I don't know if that was he interpreting that way, saying it's better to capture ghosts on old tech than it is on new tech. I don't know if this, whoever told him that, or if he did get told that, was being entirely truthful, and he was believing what he was saying, or he was saying it because, especially in the Ghost of Carmel main ones, whenever you see that shadow dude, the exposure is completely blown out. He goes into his room, sees the shadow dude, you can't see the front of anything because the exposure is so blown out, and the frame rate is probably at best 10 frames per second on those videos. So, you know, the slightest movement and you get the rolling shutter effect, and you can insert cuts and edits. If he had updated tech, you wouldn't get the blown out exposure. You would be able to see more detail. And I think they know that. They know that. The people who make these videos, they know that if they bought like a 4K camera, I'm not saying you can buy a 4K camera, they're not cheap. But if you can buy like a 1080 camera even, and they're dirt cheap, your exposure would be better, your frame rate would be better, you'd be able to see a hell of a lot more detail. And I think people like that know this, and that's why they don't use updated tech. And I generally do believe this because they know that they would see the bullshit they put in the videos. Like, fair play, some of them, a lot of them now do actually use updated tech, but they're heavily edited, and a lot of times you can see the bollocks put in. But yeah, the people who say, I was told to use old tech to capture ghosts better, it's bollocks. They only use it because it's harder to catch or detect, like masking or digital effects or anything. And that's it. See, yeah, I totally agree with Kayak69. Yeah, upgrade your tech. If you want people to believe you a bit more, upgrade your tech. Because filming it on old tech just means you're trying to hide something. That's my belief. Next question. Who are you, Suka? Says, just subbed, love debunking videos and good Scottish accent. Father came from Glasgow. Plenty of family there, keep up the great videos. I appreciate the comment, thank you for the sub. I'm not Scottish. I'm a different kind of Celt. I'm Welsh. Although, I don't know if it's because of the harsh accent I got. I've been asked if I'm Dutch, Scottish, Austrian was another one. I've been asked if I'm quite a few. Or Irish, that was another one. I've been asked if I'm Irish. No, I'm Welsh. I'm not Scottish. Nothing against them. I'm just saying I'm not Scottish. But yeah, I always get asked that. It's weird. Jacob Robbins says, just found your channel. It's exactly what I've been looking for. I also enjoy watching these top 10 channels despite the fakery. But it's so cathartic to see someone else pointing out the silliness. Exactly. I still enjoy these top 10 channels. I watch them all the time. You know, Nuke, Slaptime. They're getting a little stupid, if you ask me. Chills has always been on the stupid sides. But you got the likes of Slapped Ham now. I don't know what's going on with his channel. I mean, it's the lockdown right now. I suppose you gotta keep on putting footage up, and it's getting harder and harder to find new footage. But some of the stuff which is going up on those top 10s, but I still enjoy watching them. But lately, there's stupid, and then there's like, they slapped Ham. You know, and I don't like to. I don't like to trash on the guy, because I think he does seem like a nice guy, even though he knows it's bullshit. Come on now, he doesn't seem stupid, but some of the stuff which is going on that channel lately, it's I don't know, it's questionable. Droogs22 says, I can't even watch Chill's video anymore. They are so ridiculous, and like you have pointed out in a lot of videos, if you look at the original, it will say CGI right in the description, but they still say it's real and they can't explain it. This comment right here is spot on. Right? It's absolutely spot on, because when you watch these top 10 channels, 9 times out of 10, if they've linked them, Nuke doesn't link any of his sources. He says they get sent into him. I'm sure most do. Some I don't think they do. But he never links them. I think Sir Spooks might. I can't remember. Don't know if King Frostmare does. Slapped Ham, to his credit, he links every single video if he has the source. I try to link all the sources in the videos I make as well. But there's a loud motorbike going past. But yeah, like with the case of Slapped Ham, he always links the sources of his videos. So whenever they say scientists can't explain, he loves that one. Scientists can't explain, and or people are baffled. Look at the original source of the video before believing that statement, because like he says in this, they will either say CGI, or they'll say in this description, I did this for a student project, or they'll say, you'll find something in those videos to see the bullshit. And most of the time that's like a 30-second Google, or just a click of a link of going to the original source and finding that out. And a lot of people don't do that when they watch these videos. You see in the top 10 channels, the comment after comment of like, I can't believe this is unbelievable, this is amazing, I'm so scared, you know. But then, like I said, when you click on the original source of the videos they're showing, you think, oh no, hang on, actually it was a bit of ball lightning going across a train track, which hundreds of thousands of people believed was real, and just because I said it was bullshit and it was a bit of CGI, only because I pointed it out in the original uploader's title saying CGI, I got shit. Bit of bad blood there. But yeah, your own littlest bit of research, and you'll usually find the explanation right in the original upload. That's all it takes. Angela Rave. I'm going to say it's pronounced Rave. I think. I do apologize if I got it wrong. She says, I've been so busy the past month, but I'm catching up on your videos today. Keep being you. Love your videos and just ignore the haters. Lots of love from the Netherlands. I thank you, by the way, from all the way from Wales. I appreciate the comment. Ignore the haters. Yeah, I tend not to ignore the haters. Not because I get annoyed with them. If they say something to me, I like trying to give my point of view across to them at the same time. I don't be nasty in them. If they're nasty to me, I'll be a dick to them. It's as simple as that. But if you've ever got a different opinion to me, please do tell me. I won't be an arsehole back to you. You know, I'll try to explain why I've come to this conclusion, come to that conclusion. Unless you're an arsehole to me, then I'll be an arsehole. That's the way it works. I appreciate the comments. Right, hang on. Nicholas Nicholas says, "You had me till you said rolling shutter effect. I know exactly what you mean, and I'm sorry, but that's a completely different shape and height to anything else black or shadowy." I think that I looked at the video they've commented on, and I think they're talking about the one I'm hopefully going to show you somewhere. But it's about an Australian one where he saw like a shadow go across his behind the settee, which I pointed out it was his dog. And then like later in the video, it's like a rolling shutter effect of the shadow is going back and forth on this thing, and it's like I pointed out it was a rolling shutter effect because of the shitty camera movement and the low frame rate and the destabilization. I pointed all that stuff out, but I don't think Nicola believes me. I've been watching debunked videos lately because I do believe in ghosts, and they pointed out very good proof of fakes, but you're saying they're fake and saying what you believe to be facts without showing proof. I think I show proof in a lot of these videos. Some I agree they are just my opinion, and I will always say if I can't point something out, I will say I think it's done that way, but that's just my opinion. But I don't know if she's watched any of my other videos, I don't know, but I do point out the proof. I do show the proof in a lot of these, and the one I'm fairly sure she's on about at the end of our Australian video it's 100% rolling shutter effect. That's my opinion. I don't know where else to prove to you that this rolling shutter effect. That's all I can say is Google rolling shutter effect, and you can see the same effect. That's all I can say. Rolling shutter effect is hard to prove to you or to anyone unless you see it for yourself. That's all I can say. Without showing proof, or each video like others do. So bit of advice: show proof of why you come to your conclusions, like frame by frame, showing where they done CGI or masking or anything. She definitely hasn't seen my other videos, and that's fine. I'm not saying you should go watch them. Some people, they only see one video of what I make, and they see where I've like maybe said something is this and it's not, and it's like bullshit. It happens. Like I can't help that if someone only watches one of my videos or two of them and doesn't see the other ones where I did actually show proof, and that's fine. But yeah, Nicola, I appreciate what you're saying. Maybe I didn't show enough proof in that rolling shutter one, but I am 100%. I'm not even 99%. I'm 100% certain that is rolling shutter effect. But unfortunately, unless you see it for yourself in other videos, I can't show it to you, and that's it. But I appreciate the comments. Miss Doolittle says, "This is not related to the current situation, but I thought this might be a cool thing to watch. The first ghost TV show that blurred reality and fiction and sparked 30,000 calls to the TV station, which started the entire hoax trend." Now, I'm going to link this down below. I know exactly what she's talking about. It was called GhostWatch, and it came out in 1992. I was 12 years old in 1992. That might tell you how old I am right now. But I was 12 years old, and this came on the BBC when I was a kid. Every one of us watched this, and that's all we could speak about in school. It scared the shit out of me, and I think every other kid in school at the time. 12 years old, I probably only just went up to the comprehensive school then, like the big school we call it, high school I think you call it somewhere else. But yeah, GhostWatch, I remember this vividly, and like she says, that could probably be put down to the entire trend of ghost hunting videos, ghost hunting shows, I should say. There was no other show like it at the time. You had documentaries on ghosts, but you didn't have like a live. The way this was done, it was almost like if you've heard of Most Haunted over here, which got found out to be total bollocks, but it was in the vein of Most Haunted, and I suppose Ghost Adventures later on, but it was done like not a live audience, but it was a phone-in thing, and they went around this haunted house live, and they had actors, so we didn't know at the time. You look at it now, and they're clearly acting, but at the time, we didn't know any better. There was no other show like it at the time, and it scared the shit out of us. And there was this ghost called Pipes, because he used to bang on stuff, and it was like poltergeist activity. It was I think there was a possession at one point, and this was 1992. You know, like I said, even adults were scared of this shit at the time. And I was a 12-year-old boy, and this was all we could talk about in school. So I'm fully aware of what GhostWatch was. And it's really hard to find it online now, the full entire episode. But yeah, if there's any way you can watch it, have a look. It's quite good. By today's standards, it's not as scary as some of the stuff you see in things now. But at the time, like I said, in 1992, it was some scary shit. And it was really good because it had the presenters they had in there were people at the time we knew as just normal presenters. There was kids presenter in there. There was what's his name? Parkinson was in it. He was a British TV presenter, and you know, so these were people we knew, but they were doing like a ghost hunt, and we'd never seen that stuff before ever on TV. Not in the UK, at least, anyway. But yeah, it's brilliant. Hopefully I'll remember to link that below if you can watch that. That's not the full episode, but it's at least sort of a documentary talking about it. It was really good. And it did spark a lot of stuff going on. Everyone thought it was real at the time. Jane Marcy says, Mr. Gray, do you believe in the spiritual world at all? The constant laughing is overkill and reflects poorly upon you. I can't help but laugh at funny things. I can't help it. I laugh at things which I find funny. You know, I do apologise for that. If it sometimes comes across as I'm being an asshole, I do apologise. But that's just the way I am. I can't help it. I laugh at things. But do you believe in the spiritual world at all? I've been asked this many times, and I've answered it many times, but I will answer it again, happily. As a kid, I did. I used to get scared of going to sleep at my grandmother's house, because she lived in this old house, which was probably like 150 years old at the time. There's all coal mining house, and I used to sleep in the back room, and it was always cold in there. And I remember reading books at the time when places are cold and damp, it's how ghosts manifested. They scared the shit out of me. And every time I slept up there, I'd be like that, with the covers up to my thing, looking about for hours upon hours until I finally passed out and fell asleep. It's only as I got older I realised how stupid that was. But do I believe in the spiritual world? Like I always say, I've never seen evidence myself. Never. I've seen little shadows in the corner of my eye, and I know that could usually be when I've been up for hours on end. I've heard things, and I've always gone to investigate them. In my old house, I live alone. I live alone now, but in my old house, I lived alone. I lived there for 2 years, and it was the first month I moved in. When I was in bed, and for some reason it was only at night, but usually because sounds are quieter in the night, you know, so you can hear more things. But I used to hear this. I don't know if I can replicate it. This is my bamboo tablet. I used to hear like all night, and I was like, what the hell is that? I thought that's a weird sound, and loads of times I went out to investigate, couldn't find nothing. It's like I said, this was the first month. On the third week of me being there, I heard it. I didn't hear it every night, but it was like every couple of nights. And I was listening, and I could hear the noise again. It was like a scraping noise, and I thought, that's fucking weird. That's really weird. So I eventually then again went out to where I could hear the noise, and I went out on my landing, and I could hear the noise really close. I thought, that's weird. And then I realised it was the window, my landing window. And then I went right by the window. I could hear it. I could see it. It was the window moving like that. It was like a little gap. It was just a bit of movement, and that was where the noise was. And then I realised it was a windy night when that was happening. So whenever it happened from there on, I would always think, I can hear it again. Right, it's really windy outside. And that's what debunking is all about. Investigating something, cancelling out on all the variables, and finding out exactly what it is without jumping to conclusions. I know it's a long-winded explanation to say if I believe in the spiritual world. It's not that I don't believe or do believe. It's that all evidence right now points to me that I have not seen any evidence to its being real. If that makes sense. And who was the comments earlier on saying that they don't like elaborate explanations? But yeah, that's my explanation. Do I believe in the spiritual world? I haven't seen any evidence to say that there is. That's what I say. But anyway. Am I laughing? I can't help it. I laugh at things. Kayak 1969 says, have you ever come across a video you cannot debunk? I've been asked this quite a few times as well. If which one? By the way, hi from Birkenhead in the world. Stay safe. And many thanks for the vids. Thank you. From Wales, by the way. Thank you. I do appreciate the comment. And this will go to the next comment as well. From Little Roof Over Our Heads. New sub here. I actually do believe in ghosts, although they're extremely rare. But I get annoyed by how most ghost videos are fake. So I really appreciate your breakdown explanations here. My question is, do you believe in ghosts at all? Have there been any paranormal videos you can't explain away? And I've put these two together because they ask the same thing, basically. There are a lot of videos I can't debunk. Doesn't mean that I can't explain what I think they are. I've done a few. I think I've done a few videos where I said, right, I can't see the string, I can't see the masking, but I think it's done that way. I can't point the videos out now. There's too many of them. The problem is some of these videos, like you'll get a minute-long video where something will happen. You'll hear rumbling in the distance. There's nothing, but unfortunately, there's nothing else to show. Nothing else to show in that video. I'm not saying a specific video, I'm just saying an example. There's nothing else to show in that video where that rumbling could come from. I could tell you, oh well, it might have been added in post. It might be a thunderstorm going on outside. It might be someone running around upstairs. Unfortunately, I can't prove that. I can't prove any of those things because some of these videos, they're either not enough to go on or they're heavily edited videos, and they've gone through their own videos to make sure that something isn't showing, this isn't showing, that isn't showing. So that's as far as I'll go to say that some videos I can't debunk simply because there's not enough to go on or they're heavily edited. Doesn't mean I'm not going to give my opinion on something though, but yeah, I hope that answers your questions. And thank you, by the way. And I think that is going to be it, because I've been talking for 45 minutes. I'm sure I'll edit this video down a bit, but I'll try and edit it down as much as I can. But this is probably a long video, because these reading the comments one always are, especially if I leave them a bit longer than normal, which I have. I appreciate the patience with a C in waiting for this video, by the way, because like I said, when all the stuff started happening with Black Lives Matter, I didn't want to post funny stuff because I didn't think it was appropriate. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. As always, I always read your comments, and I do try to answer as many as I can. If I haven't answered your question, I have seen it and I've read it. I've probably liked it on the channel. It's just I get a lot of comments now, so it's harder and harder for me to try and keep a video under 3 hours. But yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you're new to my channel, I do try to bring a video out every week, sometimes 2 videos a week. Leave a sub, and that's it. I'll be back again very soon. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.